everyone, I'm Lilith, and today we'll be making for dinner, and we're cooking for one or maybe two people. Kale salad, roast salmon, baked yams, and we will not be cooking it today, but for dessert I'll be serving Irish soda bread. So let's start with the kale salad. Here you're looking at a leaf of kale, and you can see the center has a rather tough stem. So what I'm going to do is cut on either side of that stem and discard the tough part. I'm going to do that to this leaf again. Just cut on either side of the stem. Be careful of your fingers. And we'll discard that. Then we're going to take the leaves and we're going to chop them really fine. Now, kale is a pretty tough leaf, so you don't want big chunks because it will not have a good mouth feel, and so you want to cut them pretty small. And I'll show you how we'll break down some of that fiber in that leaf in a few minutes. So note that I've already cut a bunch of leaves, and I'm gonna add this in there. I'm gonna throw these out later. Now we have our kale cut. We're going to make the sauce that we're going to marinate that kale in. So why don't you just take a look at that, and I am going to run to the fridge and get some garlic. Okay, here we have about 3 cloves of garlic, which I am going to put into my garlic press. Okay, now we're going to add a tablespoon of soy sauce. A teaspoon of brown sugar. A teaspoon of sesame oil. A teaspoon of rice vinegar. One teaspoon of mirin. This is sweet cooking mirin. And just a tiny bit, let's do a half a teaspoon of fish sauce. Okay, so we're going to mix that all together. Make sure the brown sugar gets dissolved. And what I'm going to do first is just a tiny squeeze of lemon on the kale. And a dash of olive oil. And I'm going to massage the kale. This breaks down some of the tough fiber in the kale. Okay. Then you're going to pour the dressing you just made. I'm going to make sure I get all of that dressing out. I'm going to massage it a bit more. You can see now how nice and shiny that kale has become. Now what we're going to add to this are some sliced cucumbers, sliced red peppers, chopped scallions, and we're going to toss it and then plate it in a bowl. Now, once you've done this, you want to turn your oven on to 275 degrees to slow roast your salmon. Okay? Now, there's one more ingredient that goes in here, and I won't add it until I'm ready to serve. And that is roasted peanuts. So I have roasted some peanuts and I have kept them separate, but I'll toss them right on top before I serve. Okay? Now let's get our salmon ready to pop in the oven. Now this is a meal that's perfect if you're not an experienced cook, easy to do, or if you work all day, you come home and you want a meal ready in half an hour. You're gonna have vegetables, you're gonna have protein in your salmon, and you're gonna have your starch. Now this is super easy to make. Yes, we can be very complex about it, but what I'm gonna do is stick it in the microwave for about 4 minutes, turn it every 2 minutes or so, make sure it's done, slice it in half, put a pat of butter on it, grate some freshly ground pepper, and serve it just as is. It's perfect for a very quick, nutritious weekday meal. So for the salmon, I'm going to use a cast iron pan. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil, And remember, I'm making a meal for just 1 or 2 people. So I'm just going to use 1 piece of salmon. So here's my piece of salmon. I have rinsed it in cold water and I have seriously dried the skin. So I've really made sure that the skin is dry. And now I'm just going to kind of score the skin a little bit. I'm not going to go through to the flesh. I'm just going to go down this way, and then I'm going to make a little cross. There we go, there, just not very deep. Make sure you just go through the skin, okay? And I'm going to put that down right on top of that olive oil. We're done with this, put it aside. I have 1 to 2 tablespoons of butter here and chopped dill. So I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to grate some pepper onto the salmon. Now, people should adjust the amount of salt, so salt to taste. I don't traditionally use very much salt in my cooking. So here's the salt. And now I'm going to mash this butter and dill together. And if the butter is very hard, you could zap it in the microwave for just a few seconds, maybe 10 seconds. You see, this is workable butter, so I don't need to do that. And now what I'm going to do is take my fingers and press this into the salmon. Now this salmon is going to cook at 275 degrees for 25 minutes for medium rare. If you'd like it more well done, then you need to leave it in for maybe another 5 minutes. Now when salmon is roasted at a low temperature, you'll sometimes see a frothy white material appear at the top. It's really the fat in the salmon that's coming to the top. You can just skim it off and throw it away. No need to worry about it. And so my salmon will now get popped into the oven. And in 25 minutes, I will take it out and show you what it looks like. Okay, see you then. Hey, we're back here with our salmon that's been cooked, the kale salad, a sweet potato that was just simply cooked in the microwave oven. And if you would like, we're going to serve this with a Sauvignon Blanc, and my favorite is White Haven. So we're going to pour a little glass for myself here. Okay. And I'm going to squeeze a bit of lemon on top of the salmon. I'm going to cut off the ends of the sweet potato. I'm going to slice it in about half. And we're going to cut it in the center. Just kind of squish it a little bit. I'm going to put a tiny bit of margarine in there. Some fresh ground pepper. Let's finish off the kale salad. I'm gonna sprinkle some sesame seeds. Look how lovely that looks. All different colors. We're gonna sprinkle the peanuts on. Now, you know, if you're not a peanut lover, or you have allergies to nuts, please ignore the peanuts. And I'm gonna put some of that on the plate. Also, always try the salad. If you need to adjust some of the salt, pepper, or the sugar or vinegar, please do that. And here we go with our salmon. What I'm going to do is put a few these on top. And here is our dinner tonight. Let me show you the last ingredient that I put on there, which were capers. Okay, now capers are optional. You may want to add them, maybe not, but for dessert, I'm going to serve an Irish soda bread with some clotted cream, and I'll show you how to make that probably in a few weeks. All right, have fun. Hope you enjoy. And this really took us, I don't know, half an hour to put together. So it's an easy weeknight meal. Take care. Bye-bye.